In Pokemon Legends Arceus, being banished from Jubilife Village is pretty freaking sweet. Under this strange red sky, conditions are actually perfect for shiny hunting. There's no weather anymore. There's only this big rift in the sky. And that's the rift. That's not my ceiling fan. That's not my ceiling fan. Shut up! But we won't have to deal with fog anymore. No rain that makes the Rapidash go away.
Horses are back for a limited time.
Though I'm sorry if you're trying to evolve a Hisui and Sliggoo. And conditions are also super favorable for space-time distortions. Not only does the game increase your chances of getting a space-time distortion within the first 5 minutes of being in a map, but the lack of inclement weather just makes it so these happen more frequently earlier on into your runs in general. But one of the best parts of this is that there's no Professor Laventon anymore. And no, I don't hate the guy or anything. It just means that your dex research is effectively frozen. Wait, that's not a status condition in Legends Arceus. Frostbitten. And that is perfect if you're a full odds 1 in 4096 shiny hunting freak like me. Because getting a Pokemon to dex research level 10 increases the number of shiny rolls that it has, making it no longer a full odds encounter. 3 years ago, I made a tutorial on how to beat the entire game while keeping everything that naturally spawns in the wild this way. And I did it, but you know what? I hardly used that file, because I realized the more shinies I caught, the more field research I would eventually naturally complete, and the more things would no longer be permanently full odds. But if we stay in exile forever, that's not going to be a problem. And it's so much easier to set up than the video I made 3 years ago, because we have Pokemon Home now. So here's how. Don't worry, I'm still going to give the tutorial, but I wanted to give a quick disclaimer that I'm not like some sort of full odds elitist, and I think that every shiny is a personal journey. And I still enjoy hunting this game on my main file with the shiny charm too, and I still get genuinely excited when I find stuff like this. Oh my gosh, shiny alpha Chimecho! Whoa! That's crazy!
Oh. Obama loves computers.
You want to have 2 Switch profiles. One with a fully completed file with a full dex, and a brand new one. Because I definitely don't recommend making your first playthrough of this game a full odds playthrough. On the new file, you'll get your phone, be told to seek out all Pokemon. That's not happening, we're not meeting Arceus this time. And you'll start it as normal. But then we'll boot up Pokemon Home and transfer everything from the main file to the new file, which very thankfully will register everything in the dex and give us some much needed research points. Because we have to get a certain amount of these research points in order to hit star rank 5 and progress to the point in the game where we get exiled. A neat bonus of this too is that through Pokemon Home now, Grand Oak, he's real! If you transfer in a complete living dex of every Pokemon from Legends Arceus, you get a free shiny Enamorus as a gift. This is the first way this shiny has ever been made available, and I think she's pretty neat. I actually really like this Pokemon. But anyway, back to getting exiled. We're going to do the same things I did on my first tutorial here, where in the Obsidian Fieldlands we're going to catch a Stantler and a Scyther, and then evolve those into Weirdeer and Kleavor on another file, so we don't accidentally complete their field research for them. And since Weirdeer and Kleavor don't naturally spawn in the wild outside of massive mass outbreaks, which we won't be seeing anyway, we can complete their research and use them throughout the game as super powerful obedient Pokemon. Then we just simply need to beat the 5 noble Pokemon, while carefully making sure we don't accidentally increase anything up to Dex Research level 10, other than the Pokemon that don't naturally spawn in the wild. You can go buck wild with these, I guess. The biggest hurdle is reaching star rank 5 before the Alabaster Icelands. I recommend completing the dex entries for some legendaries and just getting some stuff barely below Dex Research 10, as long as you're mindful of the Pokemon that you have to fight in the story. Also, after defeating Avalugg, there's a point of no return to be aware of. Do not report to Commander Komodo until you've done a few things first. If you want to see Spiritomb, make sure you collect all 107 Wisps across the map and report back to Vesa in Jubilife Village so you can finish that quest and start seeing it in the wild. Make sure you capture every unknown specifically in Jubilife Village while leaving other unknown uncaptured. That way, if you finish collecting all the unknown in exile, you can hunt it full odds at the Solaceon Ruins. Also, make sure you change your clothes into whatever you want before you go, because you're never going to be able to go back to the village again if you keep things in exile forever. Optionally, you might want to upgrade the shops and stuff too, but you don't have to be too worried about that. The Cobalt Coastlands have some boxes and treasure chests where you can easily farm some Ultra Balls and Sticky Globs that make it really easy to capture Pokemon. You might even want to optionally get your star level up to star level 6 to make capturing certain Pokemon a little bit easier, as some alphas like the Garchomp are almost impossible to capture at star rank 5. But once you're ready, go out there, talk to Commander Kamado, get into that Exile, go check out the Funky Sky, get that pep talk from Silene where she says, "I see now that the circumstances of one's birth is irrelevant. It is what you do with the gift of life that determines who you are." Oh wait, that wasn't Silene, that was Mewtwo. And look forward to me actually hunting on this file. I already found a Full Odds Shiny Alpha on it, and I plan on making a neat little compilation soon. Thanks so much for watching, enjoy being banished, and I'll see you next time.